Why do they never go in for me? Hi everyone, yeah, I'm back again. So this is a ranking video of Kate Bush albums. Now, Kate Bush is my absolute favourite artist. I have probably got more joy from her records than any other artist. Basically, my musical world hangs on two poles, and one's Kate Bush and one's David Bowie. Obviously, I was distraught when he passed away. And I don't know what we'll do if Kate Bush passes away before me. I don't know what I'll be like. Obviously, there's a whole host of other artists and bands that I love. Beatles, Queen, Stones. But those two, just, for me, way above. So I've been wanting to do a Kate Bush video for a while, and I wasn't really sure what to do. And then I saw a channel called 33 1/3 did a ranking video of her albums, and I thought, do I agree with him? Probably mainly yes, but I thought, I'm going to have a go. Now, I don't know whether this will be interesting to most people. I have been thinking about this, and even over the last couple of days, I've been thinking about what my order would be for the last couple of days, and it's been changing. Changes all the time. So I'm going to go with it. So this is my ranking as it stands at the moment, today, at whatever time this is. What is it, 10 to 2 in the afternoon? And it might change in 5 minutes. There you go. Right. Okay, so number 10. I have to put this because, well, yeah, I just have to put this here. So number 10, and I've only got this one on CD. The last 3 albums of hers I've only got on CD, which is a shame, but there we go, is Director's Cut. So Director's Cut was released in 2011, and it is a reimagining of, not reimagining, re-recordings of tracks from the Sensual world and the Red Shoes. The reason I put this at number 10 at bottom is because, is it a bit superfluous? I don't necessarily see the point of a lot of these. Yeah, Flower in the Mountain has now got the Molly Bloom soliloquy, possibly the right word, from Ulysses, but otherwise I prefer the original. Song of Solomon was fine as it was. Lily, fine as it was. Deeper Understanding, I'm kind of not sure about. Red Shoes, fine as it was. This Woman's Work. Actually, the 3 tracks that do work in the new format is possibly 4. So is the middle of this album, or the beginning of the second half of it. So This Woman's Work, Moments of Pleasure, Never Be Mine, Top of the City, all work brilliantly. They're kind of more in the vein of 50 Words of Snow style, where it's Kate, piano, maybe spare instrumentation in the main, but they really work. And So Is Love is alright, and Rubber Band Girl is an absolute mess. I don't know what she was doing with that. It's kind of something that's turned into a slow Stones shuffle, and it doesn't really work. Her vocals are muffled beyond belief. So there we go, number 10, Director's Cut. Now, number 9 is this one, The Red Shoes. This is at number 9 because basically side 2 of this record is really flawed. Side 1 is possibly among the best sides of an album that she's recorded. From Rubber Band Girl all the way through to Lily, just fantastic songs. I really love the versions of these. Lily, she opened her live concerts with. Absolutely fantastic song. Moments of Pleasure is just one of her best songs that she's ever recorded. Definitely in my top 2, top 5, maybe, don't know. I might have to do a song ranking at some point, like Richard McCook did. And that was a good video. I don't know if I commented on that. Maybe I'll have to. Eat the Music. Fabulous, fabulous mix of Caribbean, African rhythms. Fabulous stuff. And then you've got side 2, which starts off really well, Red Shoes on Top of the City, and then you've got Consolation of the Heart, which is possibly the worst song she's ever recorded. Possibly. Big Stripey Lie doesn't fit, even though I do like it. Why Should I Love You, the Prince collaboration, should have been magnificent, and it is just the entire opposite. 2 artists I love making such a mess of a track. You can go into the history of that quite a lot, and what actually happened. And then You're the One is okay, but by then all momentum has been lost on this album, and that's why I've only got it at number 9, which is a shame. Beautiful cover. Right, number 8. Now from now on, I absolutely adore. In fact, Red Shoes, 80% of it I adore, even though I'm a bit down on it because of those two, the second half of it. I still love it, but these next 8 albums I absolutely adore, all of them. So putting them in an order has been really hard. But number 8, 50 Words for Snow. It has taken, and I'm not kidding, it's taken 8 years for this to click with me. I've listened to it a lot, and especially in the last week or so, because I've been on a bit of a Kate Bush kick for the last week or so. And this has only just clicked. And my goodness, it's clicked in a big way. The only reason this is number 8 at the moment is because compared to the rest of the albums, I don't know it anywhere near as well. Even though it's 8 years old, Ariel I've known for like 15 years, and the rest of the albums I've listened to for, you know, since they came out. So the only reason this is number 8 is because I don't know it anywhere near as well as the other albums. I absolutely love the sound of this now. It took a long time to get used to. It's very spare. It's quite basic. I mean, obviously her production and her recording are not basic. They're not basic in the slightest. But a lot of the tracks feature very, not much instrumentation. A lot of it is Kate's voice and the piano, with drumming by Steve Gadd. There's a few guest appearances, which I'll come to in a minute. Opens with Snowflake, which is a duet between her and her son Bertie, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Lake Tahoe, I like, but I haven't. It's not one of my favourites, but it's a beautiful song. Misty, her affair with the snowman, is fantastic. Wild Man sends shivers up my spine. The one that really has recently clicked, the song that has just turned the album around for me completely, is Snowed In at Wheeler Street, which is a duet between her and Elton John, and it's finally slotted into place. I couldn't get my head round Elton John's vocal, and I thought it didn't fit with Kate's voice. But then I realised this is actually kind of a melodrama. The whole song is a melodrama that takes place over, I don't know, 60 years, about a couple that continually find and lose each other. And if you think about the song in that way, then Elton John's voice really does fit. It suits that character's voice, what you expect from that character. So I've got past what I originally thought and persevered with it, and it's sorted into place. Of course, you got Stephen Fry providing the 50 Words for Snow that the Eskimos don't have, and then you've got the beautiful, beautiful Among Angels, which was the first encore at a live gigs in 2014, and it is beautiful. So there we go, 50 Words for Snow at number 8. I'll put that one over there. Right, number 7 is possibly my favourite cover. Well, I don't know, they're all beautiful and they're all fantastic. So there we go, we've got Sensual World Put it there. This has probably got my favourite moment of a Kate Bush song. So when she goes, yes, in the Sensual World, or is it Sensual World? Yeah. Or maybe it's another track. Whenever she says on this album, yes, my heart melts. I can't help it. It's just amazing. It's got my favourite, this is my favourite Kate Bush song, this woman's work, which is beautiful and has a fantastic video to go with it. I'll have to do a video about her videos as well. I've got some VHS tapes that I might do as well. Rocket's Tale, which is a tale of a witch riding a firework. I love when she writes songs like that. I so love it. Is amazing with vocals from Le Trio Bulgarka. The original version of Deeper Understanding I prefer. Reaching Out, Love and Anger, yes. So this is a great album, absolutely love it. But only reaches number 7, but this is a fantastic album. Can't stress enough how good all of these albums are. Right, number 6. Number 6? Number 6. I've got Never Forever. So this made history, I think, as the first female produced album to hit number 1. I think, this got to number 1, didn't it? Yes, because The Dreaming didn't, that's right. It's the first album where she really took the reins, and you can tell there's a change in her sound. Her singing is more, not restrained, but less full on than on the first 2 records. It's got some fantastic songs on it, but not quite as memorable as some of the other albums. So it's got beautiful, beautiful artwork. I love the gatefold on this album. So we've got things like Babushkas on here. You got 2 singles that came off finished the album off, Army Dreams and Breathing. Breathing is an incredible song, absolutely incredible about what might happen after a nuclear war. Infant Kiss is incredible. And then you've got things like the songs are more, I think you got the distinct influence from Peter Gabriel on this album. They're much less straight ahead songs. You've got things like The Ode to Delius. You've got Blow Away, which is almost, it's a remembering people who've passed on, which was that kind of feeling was revisited on Moments of Pleasure, which was a much more personal song. It wasn't a list of public people, it was a list of personal people that were close to Kate that she sang about. All We Ever Look For, which is a slight song. Got things like Wedding List, Violin, Egypt. So it's a brilliant album, but I just think she recorded better songs, and I think there are better albums out there that she did. Absolutely amazing stuff though. I love the back where she's dressed as multiple bats. Some kind of bat or something, I don't know what she's doing there. Right, number 5. Now people slate this one, and I don't see why. I really don't see why. So number 5, I've got Lionheart. Fantastic picture of her on the back. Another gatefold. People slate this because they see it as well, basically Kate doesn't like it very much. But she's gone on record saying that considering she only had, she was forced to release it by really quickly after The Kick Inside by EMI. I've read somewhere she thinks it's a bloody good album, which I agree. I think those extra, I don't know, I guess it would have been about a year plus between recording Kick Inside and then starting to record this, really pays off, because I think the songs are starting to show a real more breadth of vision. So on here, the big single was, well, it wasn't even a big single, it was top 20, so it was Wow, which is brilliant. And here she's imagining much more characters. Like Wow is about a gay actor. Like the fact that I think she was still 19 when she recorded this. I mean, these songs were written, considered to be throwaways after the best were selected for The Kick Inside. But they're still fantastic songs. I mean, things like In the Warm Room, which possibly could have fitted on Kick Inside, but Kashka from Baghdad, where it's about a same-sex couple and the struggles they have. Coffee Homeground is an amazing song, based on, what was that? Was it Kind Hearts and Coronets? I think she might be. She's based it on one kind of about poisoning people. But she's really starting to diversify her vocal techniques and range on this. She uses her lower voice much more. Hammer Horror should have been such a big hit. Symphony in Blue is gorgeous. In Search of Peter Pan breaks my heart. It really does. When she sings the lines from When You Wish Upon a Star, absolutely love it. And the song, Oh England, My Lionheart, you can't get more English than that song. I'm sorry, but you can't. Fantastic imagery all the way through. So there we go. Now, my number 5 is Lionheart. Right, got to remember I've got this one on CD. Where is it? Number 4. Number 4 is Aerial. So this is split, of course, split into two. Ooh, that's a bit unstuck. 2 discs. One is A Sea of Honey, which is a range of standalone songs. Some absolutely fantastic artwork. I love it. Some absolutely fantastic songs. Contained a comeback single, King of the Mountain, but it's got things like Pi, where she basically sings the number pi. And I remember people at the time saying, well, have you listened to Kate Bush sing the phone book? Well, there she goes. Basically the same as the phone book, and I would listen to her sing anything, to be honest. She sang it as well as that. Very, very feminine album. Mrs. Bartolozzi, about the pleasures and security that housework brings. Joni, about Joan of Arc. Coral Room, which is basic reminiscences, more reminiscences. Can't say that word. And then you've got A Sky of Honey, which formed the 3rd act of her live show she did in 2014, Before the Dawn. I absolutely hammered A Sky of Honey around that concert before I went. The story of a perfect day, and it's a perfect piece of music. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure why this isn't in the top 3. Probably because the other albums have such emotional strength for me. I relate. I have so much wrapped up in them. I mean, but this is fantastic. I can't really choose anything off A Sky of Honey that is outstanding, because the whole thing is just of a piece and it's all beautiful. Yeah, fantastic album. Aerial. One day I might get that on vinyl. Right, top 3. The top 3 have all been my favourite Kate Bush album at one point or another in, I don't know, long I've been listening to her. But at the moment, number 3 is The Kicking Side. This is probably one of the first albums I ever listened to properly from start to finish. I can still sing just about the whole lot of it along to the record. First Kate Bush album I heard. So this copy actually came from a jumble sale in I think it might have been late 1982. Now up to that point I thought Kate Bush was the screechy woman who did Wuthering Heights. I might have remembered Babushka. But it was all kind of, I wasn't really that aware. But my dad picked this up from a jumble sale, and it made its way into his stereo. And then probably about a year later, when I started really listening to music, like properly listening to records, somehow it found its way upstairs onto my stereo, and I kept it. I don't know if he ever borrowed it back. I don't know. He might have done, because I did find a copy of Ariel, because all my records were at my parents' house for like 25 years or something. So I presume he might have gone back and pulled this out. I know he did go back and listen to some of my stuff. But this, I listened to this over and over again. So of course it's got Wuthering Heights. What more can he say about Wuthering Heights? But it's got unbelievably good songs. I mean, apparently Kate Bush wrote A Man with a Child in His Eyes when she was 13 or 14, I think it's 13. And to show that kind of emotional understanding at 13 is incredible. I mean, I first started listening to this when I was about 13, 14. So I was probably at exactly the same age that Kate Bush was when she wrote these songs. The same longing, the same aching, the same wish for the future that a lot of these songs have in them. Things like Feel It, Oh to Be in Love, Lama Looks Something Like You, The Search for Meaning, The Maybe People. Things like Kite. And I loved her voice. People complained that her voice at that point was screechy. Yeah, it wasn't screechy, it was beautiful. So there we go. So I'm number 3, Kate Bush, The Kicking Side. Right, number 2. Now these top 2 do swap, but at the moment, number 2, The Dreaming. This was Kate Bush's probably most experimental album. It's definitely the biggest leap, I guess, between albums. Even between Red Shoes and Ariel, and between Ariel and 50 Words for Snow, even though there's longer gap, the leaps she made between Never Forever and this, just incredible. It's up there with like Radiohead going from Anyone Can Play Guitar to The Bends, or the Beatles going from, what is it, Beatles for Sale to Rubber Soul. It's that kind of leap. Have I got those right? James, you tell me if I got those right. I think I've got the discography in the wrong order. So I think she'd been under the tutorship a lot of Peter Gabriel, and this is where she basically took flight of her own. Never Forever seemed like a run-up to this. So everything she learned from Never Forever came to beautiful fruition to this album. So we've got things like, what we got, Sat in Your Lap. This is an album of characters as well. So you've got Sat in Your Lap, which continues her search for knowledge all the way through her career. She's just displayed that. But you've got the bank robbers in There Goes a Tenor. You've got the VC, the Viet Cong fighter and Pull Out the Pin. You've got Houdini's wife in Houdini. you've got the Aborigines in The Dreaming. Absolutely amazing character stories. And some of the vocal work on here, I think it's Get Out of My House, where she famously imitates a donkey. Suspended in Gaffer is a fantastic song about insecurities that she suffers. There Goes a Tenor, where she puts on a faux Cockney accent, which is kind of funny. But just a brilliant story. So this is, the sound of this is amazing. Wasn't universally liked by the public at the time. I think it only reached number 3, but an amazing record. And if you haven't heard this, well, actually, if you haven't heard Kate Bush, I wouldn't recommend this to start off with, because this can be a difficult listen for some people. Probably, I don't know, just get the whole story and go from there. Really, I would do that, or maybe even director's cut, actually, as a way in. Possibly, that's with some reservations, that is. But what a record. So Kate Bush's The Dreaming at number 2, which leaves one record, and it is a masterpiece. Not that The Dreaming isn't a masterpiece, and neither is Kick Inside, and neither is any of the others, apart from director's cut. Hounds of Love. Oh, what can I say about this record? I've got... The thing about Kate Bush is, even thinking about the music makes me emotional. It's just, it just has such a hold on me. I'm welling up thinking about the beginning of Running Up That Hill. The drums are going through my head now. So it's split into 2 sides. The Hounds of Love is side A, the Ninth Wave is side B. So side A is standalone songs, much like what she did on Ariel and Sea of Honey. So you've got Running Up the Hill, Hounds of Love, Big Sky, Mother Stands for Comfort, which is a fantastic song. And I've always loved that song, even though it was the only non-single song on that side. I rate it just as highly as the 4 singles. And then of course you've got Cloud Busting to round out the song side. And then you've got the Ninth Wave, which is symbolised by that picture, and which forms the middle section, centerpiece, possibly, of her Before the Dawn performances, about a woman adrift in the sea following a shipwreck, and the internal story she has. I mean, for a massive pop artist to produce a piece of work like this, I think is unheard of. And she is a pop artist. She's had so many hits. But the Ninth Wave just tops everything. I mean, it has to be her best side of work ever, of anything she's released so far. Who knows what she'll come out with next. The range of sounds that she uses on that suite of songs, it is the greatest suite of songs I've heard in my life. Like, where it's all kind of a whole. And Hounds of Love is my favourite Kate Bush album at the moment. So, thanks everybody for watching. I'm just going to hold that because it's beautiful. So thanks everybody for watching. I could do this again next week and it would probably change. There you go. So, hope you enjoyed that stroll through Kate's discography with me, and I'll see you all again soon for another video. Cheers everyone. Bye.